Reading stories to learners and having pre-reading activities and opportunities for them will help learners prepare when they are actually ready to start reading formally. In the early childhood development classroom, it is important to make reading and stories part of the everyday activities and ensure that it is fun but meaningful, without drilling or pressuring learners into reading actual words and sentences. Before we go into the benefit of stories and reading for literacy development, let's discuss the importance of how a teacher talks to learners. Remember, the teacher is a literacy and language role model and influence in the class, and is responsible for helping learners develop in these areas. It is important for teachers to always speak slowly and clearly, articulating words properly. Teachers should model correct use of grammar, use language that expands learners' vocabulary, such as descriptive words, and engage in rich conversations with learners. Teachers should listen attentively to learners and respond to them properly, as well as expand on learners' comments by adding more detail and description. Reading stories out loud to your class is essential in the early childhood development classroom. Choose a variety of interesting, enjoyable, and informative books to expose your learners to different and exciting topics, and make sure you engage in conversation about the book prior, during, and after reading it. Ask meaningful questions about the book, the characters, context, storyline, sequence, new vocabulary, rhyming words, and so on. You can also read a big book together with your class. This helps learners associate print with images and start to recognize similar letters and letter blends to form words. Learners who can recognize certain words can join in, but there is no pressure to read out loud. Get creative with storytelling. Use puppets, drama, felt boards, or any other interesting mediums to engage learners in the story, make it more memorable and enjoyable. Creating opportunities for young learners to read in an informal setting is significant in the ECD classroom. Make sure that you provide a well-stocked book area for learners to choose picture books from. Make the book area inviting by having cushions, soft toys, beanbags, blankets, and so on that learners can enjoy their reading experience while looking through books. Learners enjoy repeatedly reading favorite stories. They may even learn the story off by heart and start reading it alone. Make use of functional print in daily activities, such as writing learners' names on artworks, allowing them to draw pictures and make a heading which you write on top, have charts with words and pictures on them, such as a weather chart or a birthday chart, and provide labels on items around the class, play items, props, and so on. There are many benefits of reading stories and having reading opportunities for learners in the ECD classroom. This includes giving learners an appreciation for language and literature. This will motivate them to want to learn to read and write formally. It shows learners that print has meaning and conveys message. Stories expand learners' vocabulary. It encourages reading alone, as in sitting and looking through picture books and making a story from what they see. Stories are an enjoyable experience for learners. They cannot make mistakes. And stories expand the child's worldview. This helps them develop socially, cognitively, emotionally, as well as from a language aspect. There has always been a huge emphasis on the importance of reading for literacy and language development, for good reason too. Reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body.